Welcome back, guys. Today we've got in this Ford Raptor and we're going to show you a few different options on how to get our number plate bracket onto the rear of this car. Let's get into it. Okay, so someone's had a bit of a go of installing these plates before. You can see that's why there's a lot of random holes there. Some are not in line and a bit crooked, I guess. So we're going to address a few of those problems. There are a few ways to get this bracket on. I would normally go to this hole here, but I might end up using a hole that already exists on the bumper. So again, going through a few different options on how you can get our bracket on here. I like to use the factory fitting, which is also an M6 thread. To get this bolt out, you'll need a T30 Torx bit. Just back it out, and then our bracket can go on to it. From here, you'll have a few different options. You can either put the bracket hard up against the plastic if you want. I don't particularly like doing that because it does rub against it. I've always liked the floating look where you can put a spacer behind it and it looks like your number plates are floating. To do that, if you were after that look, you'll have to buy our angle spacer kit, which comes with this round wedge shaped spacer, which will go there and there. It's just a $10 kit. And then you can bolt our bracket through the bracket and into that same thread fitting with using the M6 bolts provided like this. Just quickly, guys, I want to talk about heights of number plates. It'd be good to open your tailgate to see where this finishes, and this will give you an indication of where or how high your number plate can go before it starts to interfere, and also if you want to step it off. If you want to step it off to have that floating effect, just make sure that the tailgate doesn't interfere with your positioning. It's quite important if you're running JDM plates, which is the same size as like import plates or the USA plates. They're the same size. So it's probably very limited in where you can put it. So if you are running in a US import plate, you might want to consider putting it hard up against the plastic rather than stepping it off, and it'll just clear. So again, if you have import plates or JDM plates, you grab our JDM bracket. I would probably go to those two middle fittings there, hard up against the metal, and your plate will sit somewhere there. Today, we'll be installing these standard size plates. I'll install both methods for you in two different ways so that you can have a better understanding on how you want it done. The first way we're going to do is hard up against the plastic. Just use the M6 bolt provided in the kit and bolt it directly onto the M6 fitting. After you do that, make sure that you center your bracket first before installing your number plate. It'll go somewhere there, and just to check the tailgate clears. It does. If you're ever in doubt, you can always move it down one. The next installation that we're going to do is try to give this a floating look. So we're going to be using our angled spacer. It's a round spacer with a wedged angle on it, and we'll get that done for you. So what I'm going to do now is just pre-install the bolts and then push on the wedged angled spacer, and then we can align this to the factory fitting. Before we get our number plate on, check out our range of accessories as part of our ecosystem. This customer's option for some white blanking screws or dress bolts that will go into these holes that are unused so that you don't have empty holes. The final step is to get your number plate onto the bracket using the screws provided in the kit. The standard screw that will be provided in the kit is black and they're made out of stainless steel. But if you're like this customer, you can option for some white screws, either in security or dress bolt fitting, depending on the color of the background of your number plate. White dress bolts and white security screws will be sold as a optional extra. And that's how you do floating number plates on the back of a Ford Raptor. Just a reminder, guys, just be careful about your heights and depths. We have stepped this off the back of the bumper so that it creates a bit of a floating look. You just got to be careful when you do open the tailgate that it does clear, especially when you're doing import plates or JDM plates, that it will clear that. You might have to adjust your height and your depths. Whether you've got 3 to 4 character slimlines, we have a bracket to suit. Again, just be careful that it does clear like this. If you need help finding or identifying what number plate bracket that you need for the style and size of your number plate, give us a call at Flow Brackets. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.